you're just like, oh, yeah, done. Yeah, that was it. That was it. I totally get that. Yeah. It's over. Time for jamming. Yes.
All right, good evening, everyone. Oh, this little crowd is so quiet in this big room. Well, happy Thanksgiving, a little past. We missed that part, and now we're moving to Christmas already. Anyone know where this t-shirt comes from? Anybody?
Christmas story. Yes.
Not only is that my favorite movie ever, but really randomly, it happens to be the best movie ever made. So I really lucked out with that one. We appreciate you guys being here. We're excited to be in this beautiful room that's decorated so nice for Christmas. It's first year in about a decade. I missed the hanging of the greens, so I didn't get to put that angel on top, and I'm really bummed about that, but next year I'll be back. Alex is not here tonight. We would like you guys to say a little prayer for him. He's fine. He just is really sick and woke up with absolutely no voice today. So we decided he probably shouldn't sing with us with no voice, right? So we've worked it out, and we're gonna have some fun and play some Christmas music tonight, some traditional and some not at all traditional, and do that thing. And did you want to say anything?
Welcome. You know how that goes on Sunday morning, like 6 people say good morning by the time you get to the halfway through, so I guess I'll say the same thing TJ does, but no. And let me just say, lots of things in the Christmas season, both opportunities to serve and special seasonal services like Christmas Eve at 5 and 11 on Christmas Eve right here. So that'll be a good, meaningful time as well. Again, let's I'm gonna offer up a little blessing and say a little prayer for Alex that he'll feel better soon, our band member, and we'll get started. Hey God, thank you for this night. Thank you for this opportunity to be together, and God, just in this special season in which we remember Jesus, and we also remember the hope and the joy and the peace and the love that he showed us how to live in the world. So as we come into this place, we pray, God, that our hearts, our minds, our spirits might be open to whatever it is that you want to do, however you want to speak to us or encourage us or inspire us this evening as we enter into this most precious season. God, would you show up in a way that only you can? Be with Alex, help him to feel better soon and to be able to enjoy his Christmas season, feeling good, and just be with the band this evening, and we'll look forward to the ways that you are going to show up and the things that you're going to do. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. So tonight we have an awesome intro piece. Mr. Adrian, who's a classically trained guitarist, is going to do a medley of Christmas songs on his classical guitar. Right before that, since we missed Thanksgiving, I wanted to take a quick opportunity to share my thanks and the band's thanks with Jim Hull in the back. That guy does so much work for this project. He made this work, right? We've only ever done this in the other room, and now we're doing it here, and that's due to a lot of hard work. So thank you, Jim. We appreciate you. And Adrian, take it away. Is everyone feeling relaxed? Thank you, Adrian. So that you guys, maybe who don't play guitars, don't understand is how difficult what he just did is for a regular guitarist like me. I couldn't do that. And when I was young and learning to play guitar, I'd watch Eric Clapton. I was like, I could do that. That looks so easy. Because the good ones make it look easy, right? So our next song, we're going to liven it up a little. This is a song that I found a couple years ago on a Norah Jones Christmas album. And I thought it was a Norah Jones song until I went diving for records in Modesto and found a version by Kingston Trio, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. So this song is an up-tempo song called Last Month of the Year.
Tell me, when was Jesus born?
Was the last month of the year?
Well, when was Jesus born?
Was the last month of the year?
When was Jesus born?
Was the last month of the year? January, February, March, April, May,
Oh,
June, July, August, September, October, November was the 25th day of December was the last month of the year.
born by the Virgin Mary. Last month of the year. He was born by the Virgin Mary. Last
Month of the year,
born by the Virgin Mary.
last month of the year. We got January, February, March, April, May,
Oh,
June, July, August, September, October, November was the 25th day of December was the last month of the year.
born in an ox manger.
Last month of the year.
He was born in an ox manger.
Last month of the year.
Born in an ox manger.
Last month of the year. We got January, February, March, April, May, oh, June, July, August, September, October, November was the 25th day of December was the last month of the year.
Tell me, when was Jesus born? Last month of the year. Well, now, when was Jesus born?
Last month of the year.
When was Jesus born?
Last month of the year. We got January, February, March, April, May,
Oh,
June, July, August, September, October, November was the 25th day of December was the last month of the year. We got January, February, March, April, May, oh, June, July, August, September, October, November was the 25th day of December was the last month of the year. So we have to move around a lot when we're short 2 people in the band. So growing up for me, Christmas, absolutely favorite time of year. I love it. I have probably 15 Christmas t-shirts and like 8 of them are from this movie. But growing up, my favorite Christmas album, and so our family tradition is we're not allowed to put up Christmas stuff until Black Friday, right? Morning. It's how we do it, it's how I was raised. And every year I start with the same album, and it's from 1988, I think. It's John Denver and the Muppets Christmas Special. Yeah, that's still my favorite album, probably. And this is a song from that I love. When my best friend Chris and I were in high school, he would do Kermit the Frog voice and I would do Miss Piggy. And so Tori and I are gonna do that tonight. No, we're not. We're not. But if you guys ever get a chance to check it out, it's actually a really beautiful Christmas album with Muppet voices. So it's pretty cool stuff. And this one is called When the River Meets the Sea. When the mountain touches a valley, all the clouds are taught to fly. So our souls will leave this land most peacefully. Though our minds be filled with questions, in our hearts we'll understand when the river meets the sea. Like a flower that is blossomed in the dry and barren sand, we are born and born again most gracefully. Thus the winds of time will take us with a sure and steady hand when the river meets the sea. Patience, my brothers, and patience, my sons, in that sweet and final hour, truth and justice will be won. Like a baby when it is sleeping in its lovely mother's arms, what a newborn baby dreams is a mystery. But in life we'll find a purpose, and in time we'll understand when the river meets the sea. When the river meets the almighty sea.
A mother and father went Christmas shopping one Saturday afternoon in the Christmas season with their 7-year-old little girl who was so excited and enthusiastic about the season. But her parents were just the opposite. They were grumpy, tense, uptight, worn out with all the traffic jams and Christmas lists and the credit card bills and the long lines. When the family returned home that night, the little girl was singing Christmas carols. But her mother and father were arguing and irritated with each other after a long, tiring day. Finally, the father told the little girl to go to bed, to stop singing, I should say, and go to bed. The little girl started upstairs to her room, but she stopped on the stairway, and there was a window there, and she opened the window, and she looked out into the cold night air. And her father said, "Why did you open that window and let in the cold air?" Sounds like something I'd say. But she said, "Because I thought I heard the angels singing." Well, still kind of angry and tired, her dad said, "I don't hear any angels singing, and neither do you. Just get upstairs, honey, and go to bed." Well, the little girl closed the window and started up the stairs. And then she paused and turned and said gently to her dad, "Daddy, if you want to hear the angels sing, you have to stop and listen with your heart." For many people, they can't slow down long enough in this season to turn the volume down in their lives and low enough to really enjoy Christmas and remember what it's really all about. That's why Christmas can sometimes seem almost like a burden rather than a joy. Something to get back past and finally move on to the new year. I want to tell you about Sandy, unrelated, by the way, to any Sandy here tonight or any Sandy that you know. Sandy and her husband both work full-time. She insists on preparing the family Christmas for 25 people all by herself. She spends weeks baking, cleaning, and shopping, and then she's up at 3 a.m. on Christmas morning to get the ham in the oven and finish the preparations. But by 3 p.m. the Christmas afternoon, she's exhausted. She's tired, almost to tears, because it's been such a long and stressful day. And we wonder sometimes why families come together at the holidays and it seems that all they do is sense stress or maybe even argue with one another. Maybe it's because everyone is so tired and ready by that point for the holidays to be over that they can't really even enjoy them. Hopefully that's not a picture that we experience, but it is for far too many. We've been reminded this evening by Linus of what Christmas looked like 2,000 years ago, and maybe what it should look a little more like today. Yet it seems that somewhere in these past 2,000 years, the world has lost its focus. The good news is that we are just at the beginning of this new Christmas season, a great time to get refocused, to push away some of the clutter that has accumulated over the centuries, to re-examine why we do and the way we do Christmas, to maybe get back a little bit to what it was so long ago in that little Jewish town called Bethlehem, simply reflecting on the greatest story ever told and the greatest gift ever given. In that moment when God showed up on a cool, dark night in a lonely little town in the form of a tiny human baby. Now, I'm not suggesting that we set aside gift giving or holiday gatherings or let go of the lights and tinsel, certainly not the good food or the Christmas cookies. In fact, I think we'll enjoy them a little more if in the midst of all that, we're sure to remember the peace, the joy, and the hope that came to pass on that night just over 2,000 years ago. To take time to pause and reflect and give thanks for the love of God that was extended to that world and to each of us on that night so long ago. 2024 is almost over, unbelievable to many of us, but not yet. So let's take these next few weeks, one day at a time, one meal at a time, one Christmas concert at a time, one shopping trip at a time, one evening at a time, listening to music, looking at the lights on our tree, in that special place in our house where we celebrate Christmas as a family, or remembering the many positive ways that God has blessed us over the years as we've celebrated this special day. And then as the day draws near and the gifts begin to show up under the tree, might we remember the special gift that showed up on that night long, long ago. The gift that keeps on giving and loving and hoping and inspiring. For me, the Christmas season is about knowing that I am never alone, even when I am alone. Knowing that no matter what I do, the God of all creation, who loves me more than I will ever know and who deeply desires to journey through life with me, will never turn away from me. Can you hear the angels singing? Are you listening with all your heart? They sang 2,000 years ago, and they are still singing today, proclaiming the arrival of the greatest gift ever, bringing hope and peace and joy to all people.
That makes me happy. Every time. We were talking about that the other night, and I know that that was a favorite when I was a kid. Come on up, man. That was a favorite when I was a kid. And then, I don't know, I guess I became not a kid, and I kind of forgot about it until I had kids again and found that magic all over again. And for me, that's kind of kept Christmas kind of that special thing, right? Still kids waking up in the morning to see what Santa may have brought, and all the fellowship and time that our family gets together in all the different ways we do. It's pretty awesome. We're going to finish out the night with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Please sing along, sing loud, sing proud, let it go. George is going to do a beautiful intro to this one because he's my favorite trumpet player in the world. And that'll be our last song for the night, guys. We do appreciate you being here, and I'll say a final farewell after this song. Have yourself a Awesome. Thank you guys again for all of your dedication to being here with us, and we are proud to be here with you, and we wish you a blessed rest of your month and a beautiful holiday and whatever that looks like for you and your family. So thank you guys very much. Merry Christmas. Thank you.